Hello and welcome to Delight and Fright. I am Kat, and to my side is the lovely Luna. Give us a pageant wave, Luna.
Or
Hey!
maybe, hello.
Hello! Is anybody there?
Oh, gosh.
So, before we start today, I have a very special announcement. And Luna isn't aware of this either, so this should be fun for her as well. So, I was going through a difficult time when I was hosting, when we were hosting the this Halloween's Independent Film Festival for Spooky Empire. I wrote a bunch of letters to different artists that were at the convention that I wasn't getting paid, so I didn't have any money to like purchase anything. And of all the people I wrote to, somebody replied. I asked if they wanted to contribute to our podcast. That would really help us out a lot with an autographed anything would just work wonders for our little podcast and help us grow with our What's in the Box challenge. So of all the people, a little bit before Christmas, I got a letter from Queen Bee Productions, like a big manila envelope, and I was like, what's this? Not even, thinking of anything. I open it up to find this, guys.
Oh, that looks very vintage.
Elvira. Of all the people that I've written to and told my story to, I wasn't expecting anything. So Elvira donated this for our next subscription drive, which will start right meow. You got to subscribe, obviously. And then somewhere in the comments, any comment, put your email. And then that way we know how to reach you if you are the lucky winner. And then we'll just add to this box as we go with any other surprises that may be in
Ooh,
store.
donations or anything. And
Yeah.
if you have something autographed that you want to get rid of that you wouldn't mind donating to a good cause, send it our way. We'd love to rehome it for you.
Yes. And she's looking hot as fuck here too, right? Ah.
Yeah,
And she's
I
got a
like
little
that.
the fetish. She's got her whip here. She's about to put on some beatings. Yes, me.
Man,
Pick
listen,
me.
pick me. I am just in a good way, in a positive way. I'm just jelly that like her shape is like I'm like, how do I get a shape like that? Jesus, but she is a vegan and she does work out a shitload.
She is, I think, out of her Elvira persona, she is more beautiful. Just in her natural beauty. It's
Yeah,
just
she's like the natural redhead,
redhead,
really long,
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, but
And
she's got
if you want to see more of that, on our last show, I showed everyone different pictures of Elvira in her natural state as Cassandra Peterson. So beautiful.
she is such a wonderful human. So,
So let's get to it. What we're doing today. We are talking about Parade 2022. The Predator. Predator. Ooh, ooh. Ah!
oh no.
Oh no! Here we go. Predator got me already.
Ugh.
So this film is directed by Dan Trachtenberg. He wrote and directed. His fellow writers are Patrick Asen and Jim Thomas. And he also directed. Dan directed Predator Killer of Killers, an animated Predator, and then the new Badlands. He also directed before this 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then an episode of Black Mirror and an episode of The Boys. So that's all
Mm.
he's done. He's fairly new to the film world. And then our actors are Amber Midthunder as Naru, Dakota Beavers as Tabe, Michelle Trush as Grandma, and she was the one teaching her medicine if we weren't sure who Grandma was.
Yeah.
And they are actual legit Indian descent.
Yeah, yeah. Do you I I want to get your hot take on this and first impressions of the film. Does this feel like a Predator movie? Um like just going back to the basics, the
Mm.
survival horror feel versus like the big budget action of the Predator of 2018. How do you feel the vibe was for this film compared to those?
Before I answer that, I forgot to do our totals. I know.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm, like, ready to jump
Yeah,
in
I
and be
know,
like,
I
"What's the
know,
vibe?" Or
I'm
whatever you
ready too.
I'm fucking
So
pumped.
so we have in this film, we have a disintegration, we have gratuitous impaling, gratuitous tree hopping, we have a mound of skinned buffalo, hand-to-hand combat with a bear, uppercut slice flip to impel another person. We have shield fan tree and head removal, bear trap to the face, ricochet
Oof.
bullet to the head, and a blood trail with a disembodied foot. That's just some of the fun things that you can
Yeah.
expect out of Prey. And to answer your question, Luna, I definitely feel this is a Predator movie, but it is a Predator movie of the best kind. I believe it's down to earth. It's more about nature versus nurture sort of situation.
Mhm.
And I'll definitely explain why I know a lot of people feel that um she Naru, there's no way she could have taken down a predator. Well, this is not they're not all the same. They're not
Mhm.
all the same predators. They're from different clans, different time periods. They all have different weapons. And I think this particular predator was dealing with some stuff as well. And we'll get into that too as we go along. But
Ooh.
right off the bat, I definitely feel this is a legit predator movie. And and I love the tribal nature of it on both sides, on the predator side and on the actors that the people that he comes across as well. It's very I believe it's time accurate, at least as far as we know, except for obviously the predator, because he doesn't really hopefully, he doesn't really exist. Hopefully,
I
the
mean,
pyramids were not made, to worship him. Oh lord, and he's gonna be back.
yeah, I mean, think about it. We're just one little tiny speck in the cosmic universe. We possibly cannot be alone. So there might
Mhm.
be some trophy hunters out there
How do
trying
you
to
feel,
take your
Luna,
spine.
about this being a part of a Predator movie?
It was very interesting because I like the momentum, and at first, I didn't vibe too well with the main character, but the writing got better as it went, and then you kinda go, "Oh, not just a stupid dumb girl," because you think, "Oh god, she's so naive, she's so, like" so many thoughts come to mind, but as the story progresses and the writing, and I was sitting there thinking, "Man, I hope the writing gets better for her. I hope they write her a little better and they do her justice." And I feel like they truly did because she got to show that she pays attention to the environment and the 1790s Great Plains setting I feel was a little more intimidating than the city. Um because you don't know what's gonna come out at you in the jungle. I mean, in the city, there's okay, trash truck, whatever. But in the jungle, as we saw with the lion, with the bear and all the animals out there, it's a lot more unpredictability. And our girl was able to predict and calculate the unpredictable, which is a very good feat. Very good.
How did you feel about the feminine nature in the storyline? The the women can't do this, men are supposed to do that type of sexist bullshit. How did that make you feel?
Um, this is gonna sound really fucked up, but I grew up in a patriarchal society, like machos, the dudes take care of everything. So I was more numb to it because I've been drilled on it, beaten to this patriarchal society. I've been beaten to death with it. That I'm just like, yeah. It's all around us. I'm numb to it, which is really sad when you think about it. But it was very refreshing to see her escape the mold, because even her mom's like, why do you want to do this so bad? There's other things you're good at. Like, why do you have to prove this so bad? And she had a good point. She's like, well, to show you guys that I can do it. And it's true. And I think she did show the world that she could do it, and it just took a little bit, but
It's so interesting, the different perspectives. Because of your upbringing, you even said at the beginning you had trouble relating to her. You didn't think her character was well done because she was going against the grain so much to what society has pressed into your mind that you
mhm.
thought she wasn't going to be well written, right? I,
Yeah.
on the other hand, my mom was very open and very, progressive. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And so from the very beginning, like, I was like, oh, this is awesome. She's going against the grain. She's standing up for what she wants to do.
Yeah.
And then I how much do you love that scene where all the women are getting they're gathering supplies, to go hunt for herbs and going out, and there's just
Yeah.
all of them in the morning and the sun has barely risen. It's just about starting to rise, first light kind of situation. They're all going out into the fields, and then she was trying to go with them, but then she just knew it wasn't her. So she
Mhm.
went and got her hunting supplies, and then she's going against them. They're all coming one way and she's going the opposite way, and they're just kind of looking at her. How did you
Mhm.
like that shot there?
Um, that felt like it cemented the path. There's two paths you could have gone on. Traditionalism, where you have these roles and these expectations put on you. You follow those. You may be unhappy, but you do it for the betterment of the tribe. Or you wage your own path. You're going to go against the tribe, but you're becoming a better person. Maybe I don't want to say better. I want to say more well-rounded, more it's going to give you depth. Uh-oh. Did I lose you? Hang on. No, the predator took you. There you are.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just lost connection all of a sudden. I was like, what the? And it's like,
oh
wait,
no.
reconnecting. And I'm like, no.
The predator has come. But yeah, it's just it to me that whole situation just felt like there's these two paths that she can take, and she made this decision and it kind of cemented it, like this is the road she's going to go on. Physically, that's the road she's going to go on, and metaphorically, which I thought that was kind of neat. Oh man, the predator needs to stop taking you.
Oh no. Okay, I'm back.
So, as far as the that's a great question, Kat. Now, I have something for you. Spoiler free verdict, okay,
Mhm.
guys? Would you say watch it, skip it, or I'm sorry, would you buy it and watch it, skip it, or just stream it whenever? I'm personally buy it and watch it because it's so good to add to your collection. I don't want to say skip it. You can stream it if you want to kind of check it out, but I would say you're definitely gonna want to buy this one and then keep it because it's just so good.
And then you can see I bought it. I bought
Yes, I know my copy is here somewhere else. I'm not gonna go hunt it down. I
it. You're good.
work kicked my ass today, so I'm just like,
Mm.
oh yeah.
So, and then let's go into this particular predator, right?
Mm-hmm.
He first encounters a snake, right? Skins the snake. Then he encounters a wolf. And the predator from the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, he would not have needed to stay cloaked to try and take down a wolf. And in that case, the wolf would not have bitten his ass. He got bit by the wolf. That right
Mhm.
there shows you he is either not very experienced or doesn't know what to expect. It feels to me like he came to that to Earth to experiment. Um his tribe feels very different to me. He may have been, he may have escaped his tribe for some reason. Maybe he was outcast or something like that. Um which is a lot what the newer one has to do with the Badlands. Um, but I feel like he was either very young, but I know there's a certain progression as to how they get their weapons. In some films, it shows that the last weapon they're to get is their cloaking device, but different tribes could be different. In
Yeah.
his tribe, maybe that was the first thing. Maybe as a kid, they get the cloaking device. So he needs a cloaking device to take down a wolf. I thought it was great the way he just quickly, like two slices, and just spine, head, and then your disintegration of the skull.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Now, do you feel with this predator, do you feel the shield, the bolt gun, and I believe the heat-seeking arrows, do they feel too advanced, or do you think they're just right? Because we don't know. We haven't
Yeah,
met all
he
of the
could.
predators.
Exactly. He could be, like I said, he could be from any different tribe. But it makes sense that in 1719, the technology, he wouldn't have lasers. I
Mm,
guess that just makes a little more sense to me. It's why I think that's why they did it that way. His shield fan is pretty badass. And then you see he hand-to-hand combats with a bear.
yeah.
He didn't need to. He wanted to. It's like he wants the punishment, this predator. I think he feels the need to punish himself. Or he just, he
He
just
wants a
wants
good
to be.
fight.
Yeah, he just wants to be so aggressive and hand to hand and in their face.
Mhm.
That's why he kept leaving the woman thinking she wasn't a threat at all.
Mm,
That's why he kept leaving Naru, and that's what bit him in the ass, so to
yeah.
say.
Yeah. Um, the situation that just like bothered me the most were the French fur trappers. How
Yes.
they left like that whole sea of like dead buffalo.
I believe they were Portuguese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
gross bastards.
I at first when they first pan in because we didn't when we see the buffalo we haven't met these dudes yet, the fur
Mm,
trappers. We haven't met them yet. So at first, I'm like, "Oh my god, our boy need that many
no.
trophies?"
I
Like,
knew it wasn't him because he takes the skull. Isn't that sad? He takes more of the animal as a fucking alien than another human being took of those buffalo
yeah,
and used. He at least
yeah,
ate the meat.
yeah. But if you know anything about Native American traditions, they say use the whole buffalo. So when you see that scene and she just looks fucking mortified, and then she gives it a little like a little prayer, a little offering. They actually do that in real life before they kill an animal or they before they eat one. They do like the ceremony thanking the animal for giving its life, and I think that's really beautiful, and it captured that because they didn't need to add that in there. They could have just been like, whatever, we don't care, whatever, you know. But it
Mhm.
was so cool to see that. But that was really like I was like, ah. And another thing that kind of got me, made me like really scared to be honest, but it was so good. I'm so glad they didn't pull a John Wick was the dog. Oh my god. Every time that damn little dog would come and then to either alert the predator to their location or to go bark at him. I'm like, "Oh god. Oh god, please don't." I'm like, "Don't. I don't care. You can kill all the fur dudes. Just kill all the fur dudes and we're good." And yeah, that's fine. But just don't fuck with the dog. That's but I'm so glad that they didn't decide to do a like a John Wick arc where, the predator kills the dog and now she has to go avenge him. And
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't go that route. I think it wouldn't have had as much impactful meaning. So this was a good choice for them. Um, do you think it's the realism versus sci-fi? The last trap at the end that Naru sets, do you think it was a bit of a stretch or do you think it was genius like what she did?
I thought it was genius. Even seeing it, this was the second time I've seen it. Even seeing it the second time, I was like, wait a minute. It took me, I forgot like how she set that up for him. Um, Purposely knowing, because at the earlier she watches how his device works.
Mhm.
And then she's like, dee, 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 dee," she just stored that in the back of her head. And that's how she set his ass up.
Yeah.
She knew full well exactly what she was doing every step of the way. Nothing, she didn't leave anything to chance. And I thought that was great that he was outsmarted. And I love that the dog was smart too. I mean, the dog was her
Mhm.
little buddy. He helped her
Yeah.
out. They
Yeah.
had, and then she even improvised and made changes to her own weapon at the beginning, and
Yeah.
then to so she could retrieve the freaking her axe. And then the guys were like, "Oh, what you need a leash for your weapon." It's like, "No, dude, to retrieve it, you idiot." Like
And
it's
that it's so funny they made fun of her for that. But
mhm,
remember later in the scene she used it, she went whang and then like bungee corded back to her. I'm like, damn, that's why
mhm,
she needs a leash. That's pretty
mhm.
smart.
And the surround sound was awesome when she was practicing and everything. I felt like she was throwing axes at me. I was like, "Ah!" It was really loud. It was nice.
Yes. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how scary was this predator compared to the original?
Mm,
Not the whole entirety of the movie, but the actual
the
alien
pr
creature, whatever you want to call him.
yeah, the predator from the first film, you mean?
Yeah.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger one. Um, it it didn't have the scared because you can't go back in time, right?
No.
Um, I mean, it was just something we'd never seen before, a
Mhm.
creature that could go invisible and then you didn't know where the hell it was. Um, but still, it had the gore, it had the scares, and I love what they did in the background. There's a scene where a guy is one of the Portuguese is like on using like a scope
Mhm.
on like a rock trying to see the predator, and there's a dude behind him on a horse, and then you see that dude just fall off his horse into pieces. And
Yeah.
that's how you know that where the predator is. So I like that element, and that kind of creeped me out. I was like, "Oh god," you know.
Where is it going next?
But for me, it's the predator has always been more of a sci-fi action for me, at least. It definitely has those horrific elements and gore, but for me growing up, and I always saw it more of an action movie, but I still love it.
Yeah, I think you have a point. As I think the only element that I found mm, a little scarier, if you will, is the hand to hand combat. Because I can't hand to hand combat. If the predator wants to hand to hand combat me, I'd be cooked.
Actually, the scariest part was the bear. The
Yeah.
bear coming at her. There was a lot of close calls there. It reminded me a lot of like Jurassic Park, with the dinosaur and the kids. Like so close. So I think that scared me the most, because you don't know what a bear is gonna freaking do. And then I loved when
Right.
the predator took him out and lifted him over his head, and then the blood just that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that scene. That was a pretty cool scene. So, would you want to see a sequel in a different time period entirely, like a samurai or a Viking?
Yes, absolutely.
What would you want to see?
Let's do some samurai, some Viking. Let's see it all. I I
Yeah.
I I I mean, for what it is, they don't. It's a predator movie. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be, have a change your life situation. You
Right,
can
it can
have
just be
fun, you
yeah.
can enjoy it, you can have great characters, even a great storyline like this one. I mean, there's some beautiful quotes in this film, such as when she's telling her brother she wants to hunt for her katama. I believe she's talking about the bear, or maybe it was the lion from the beginning. But he was like, "You want to hunt something that hunts you?" And I was like, "Hmm." And then, "Why do you want to hunt?" Her grandma asked her, and her reply is, "Because you think that I can't."
Yeah.
And then when she's giving him the herbs, they ask, "Oh, is he in pain?" And she's like, "Do you want him to be comfortable or alive?" That's kind of like she's going to do what she needs to do. It's not all about comfort, it's about surviving the day. And I thought that was great.
Mhm. I personally would love to see like setting and like um my favorite one of my favorites is Army of Darkness. Some sort of medieval timey kind
Yeah.
of vibe with Predator with a different Predator. That'd be kind of cool cuz like all the medieval weaponry that they had back then. I don't know how they would take them out. That would be very interesting to see.
Hmm.
So, if any filmmakers are out there watching this, medieval time, and yeah.
Or we could do
Renaissance.
Ash versus the Predator.
Ash versus the Predator would be kind of cool. He would have a lot of cool. I feel like that movie would have a lot of good voice lines for him,
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
Ash.
For sure. And then in this movie, it actually has something that leads you to the second Predator with Danny Glover.
Mhm.
There's a great significance of the gun, and I was wondering too, like why they were, made such a deal of zooming in on the gun so you could see what was inscribed and everything on it, because it's the same gun that they give to Danny Glover at the end of Predator 2.
Oh, okay.
Once
That's
he
a
once
little
he
Easter egg.
defeats the predator, they give him that, for his prize, for his weapon, for winning the day, so to say. That was like his katama from the katmia from the predators. And so I have some questions concerning that. Do you think How do you think the predators got that weapon back? Um
Ooh.
well, got that weapon to begin with. Did the predators wipe out the tribe? Did maybe the white man wipe out the Indians, and then the predator wiped out the white man and got the gun? How do you think they got a hold of the gun?
I've never thought about it. Ooh. Somehow I'm gonna go with my Lord of the Rings theory. The they were everybody was obsessed with this damn gun, and then it kind of lost its place in time. People just lost track of it, and then got snatched up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
maybe
I'm
so,
thinking.
maybe so. On the battlefield or something,
Yeah.
her tribe was fighting, and either somebody died, and it was laying there, and then the Portuguese picked it back up. And because
Yeah,
at
that
the
was
end she tells them, we're leaving, we're relocating, it's too dangerous here, because of the not just not the predators, she took care of him, it's all the white men that are coming, that she's protecting them from. And I love, love, love the end where she's she gets the staff, and she's deemed, I don't know what they call it, but she's suddenly the
Yeah, she's a chieftain.
yeah. And then we see a little girl looking at her with a big smile because the little girl realizes, hey, there is another path for me. I could possibly be a hunter instead of just what everyone thinks I'm supposed to be. So I thought that part was beautiful. That really resonated with me.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with that. We need to see role models, especially that young, that we can relate to. And representation is so important. If you see um, female doctors, female presidents, female this, female that, you think it's not just a man's world, and it gives you kind of the confidence to go, yeah, you know what? Maybe I can do that. Maybe that is something that I'm able to do and not just something that men get to do. So I think it's important for the little girls in the tribe to be able to see greatness not only in the male warriors but in Naru, just coming into, she saved the tribe, she killed the predator, she's taking them away from the evils of the white man and all their diseases and their buffalo
I know.
killings.
And I love that you see the white men, they're so dirty and gross and disgusting, but that's really how they were.
Hmm.
They bathe once a week, if that. And I
Mm.
love how
Try once
clean.
a month.
Oh my god, and how clean and everything that she was. And I love that they show her even brushing her teeth or like chewing a root or something to kind of clean her teeth.
Clean. Yeah, they did do that. It's funny because they bathed in rivers like every day. Every day, that was their thing.
Mhm.
Like they needed to cleanse their skin and stuff, and the Europeans were like, "No, I cannot bathe." And they would bathe like once a month. It'd be like a whole thing for them. So it's
So
like,
gross.
yeah.
Ugh.
But they would make their own soaps too. They would make their
Mhm.
own soaps out of herbs and stuff that they would
Mhm.
forge. And
And they were seen as the savages.
ain't that funny, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, the victor always
Mhm.
writes the history book, as they say.
Mhm. I mean,
If
and it took us how long to even learn to start washing our hands before surgery?
Oh
The
God.
dude that even speculated upon it, they put him in the funny farm because they thought he was crazy talking about invisible germs that you couldn't see. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they had to put him in the funny
And
house.
and that's why, when the Europeans came and the Indians, caught their viruses and freaking died because they'd never been susceptible to such grossness and all these germs and things because they were constantly cleaning.
Yeah.
Like cleanliness is next to godliness. That's the thing, right? Later on, they kind of came out with that to stop people from being gross and dying because they wouldn't clean themselves.
Yeah. That's true.
But they hear the white man come, hey, you need God in your life. You need, and it's like
You
they
need a
already had
bar of soap, homie.
exactly they already had shit figured out. And
You need a bar of soap with that.
mhm,
No, I definitely agree. And I got to say just the way they were portrayed is so good because oftentimes I'm not saying now, but like old movies from like the 40s, the 50s, you saw the natives were portrayed as savages, as terrible, as dirty, as all these things. And
mhm,
now with what we know and everything, it's like we can portray them as what they were, not what the stigma that is incorrect. So I definitely like that now that it's more telling the truth. And yeah, they were definitely interesting and very ceremonial too. A lot of different ceremonies for different things. So yeah, their burial ceremonies were very interesting as well. A lot of paying a lot of honor to the people before you. So I it's very sweet and very nice. If you had to, Kat, if you had to face a predator with only technology that existed in the 1700s, what kind of strategy would you try to do?
Mm, I would. I mean, since I already, it's kind of not fair because I already saw like how he was taken down. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely would have, took the herbs to make myself invisible.
Mhm.
But then I probably would have, just came up behind him with an axe, just trying to take his head off with one swift blow. I don't think I'd be as tactical and to think as many moves ahead as she did, because
Yeah.
I feel there's more risk involved in that. Like if he doesn't take a move, that you anticipated, your dominoes don't kind of fall
Don't
into
line up.
effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which she did do that, and she shot him in the back of the head. And apparently it wasn't enough, so um I guess I would try the axe situation, and then maybe setting up traps and things like that. But I think, well, she had reinforcements, right? Most of the men got taken out.
Mhm.
Because I was thinking, I would go for reinforcements, but she had reinforcements, and then she's taking on all the Portuguese guys as well. I think I would have tried to get more of their weapons, maybe, since
Yeah.
she learned how to use them. So
More
I think I
weapons.
would I would have done that rather than getting so up close and personal with the predator to take his mask and shit. I think that would have really terrified me. I don't think
Give
I would
me.
have had the guts to
Yeah.
like see what was under the mask, until it was dead. Then I'd see what's under the mask.
Yeah.
How
It's
about you?
it's so funny that you mentioned the thing with the weapons and stuff because when she took the gun, I'm like, boomstick.
Nice,
Because they
nice.
they didn't know what it was, so they
Mhm.
they were explaining it to her. Not much too gunpowder, but not too little, and she's like learning it. God, that would have yeah. Guns back then were not what they are now. I think I would use honestly, I would use the terrain against the predator. There was a the quicksand thing.
Mhm.
I would set up some traps and kind of trap them in the quicksand, and maybe I'd get like rocks or something to like
To
I don't
hold him
know,
down.
like make a contraption and kind of drown him in the quicksand maybe.
Mhm.
Trap him, make sure the trap has stones on it, and then kind of as he is in the quicksand the stone just gets deeper and he does too. I think more of like the trapping situation would be something because I'm not close to close combat with you. I'm the same way, Cat. I do not want to fight this thing.
Mhm.
Not at
Oh,
all.
and there was also the I forgot about that kill. The predator's trap, the predator's net that caught a dude.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah,
Yes.
diced his ass. Yeah,
I'm
that was
thinking some.
fucked up.
I'm thinking something like that, but with the quicksand, just really like obliterate him.
So
But I don't know.
what was your favorite kill?
Um, the one that made me go, "What the fuck?" When I believe he was fighting. Hang on, let's see if my brain can remember. I believe he was either fighting the fur farmer dudes or the clan, where you just see dudes being taken out one by one, and then you see one dude kind of walking, and the next thing you know, poof, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where did his body go? What happened? He just like exploded. And you don't even see what happened. Like he just exploded into a billion pieces, and you're not sure like who did what. You just see a bunch of blood and
Nice.
gore flying everywhere, and that one just kind of made me go, "What the fuck?" But that was my favorite because it definitely I didn't expect it. It was just like an
Mhm.
explosion of blood and gore.
I think mine's kind of a combination between the net situation where dude gets diced, and then when the guy, they have the predator chained up, I think, and then the guy has to get in his face and be a dumbass, and he uppercuts him with his claws, and then takes him and swings him onto another dude and impels that dude. So I'm big on creativity and two birds with one stone. So I really like that he took out two guys, in one situation. So I thought that was cool. Just showing his sheer strength.
His yeah. Oh
Mhm.
god. That was very interesting. Another one that I super enjoyed because it was very um the god the bear scene, because you could kind of see his outlines when the bear
Mhm.
was doing some certain things, and that was such a beautiful shot. Like, it was scary, it was creepy, but it was such a cool shot. Sometimes they got like behind the log because you're seeing it from her perspective.
Mhm.
So overall, it was a cool kill because you saw like the spine and everything come out. You're like, what the hell? He's that strong to just take out the spine out of a
Mhm.
bear? Like, whoa! It was just kind of shocking to see that.
And it was very cool how they did that. Every time you would see, you'd actively kind of see the blood on him and kind of is failing. Whenever they pierce it, you would see like around, and it was kind of cool. I thought the way they did
Mm,
that.
yeah,
Whenever there's like
yeah,
contact with him.
yeah. Yeah, and I the scary this another scary one was when they hear the bear, her and the dog are like looking down. The bear notices her, and then he runs up to her, and then the dog, oh my god, I was like, "No, don't do that. Self-sacrifice." He like runs away and takes the bear away from her to give her time to buy her time. That was pretty scary.
Hmm.
Cause I'm just like, don't sacrifice your
No.
life. But he is a good boy. He's with the tribe. He's gonna learn how to survive more than our dogs that just lay in bed and do nothing. You know, our dogs
Mm.
have the survival skill of
Yeah.
nothing, nothing at this point. My dog doesn't even go out in the rain. I could not imagine it surviving and helping me evade a bear attack. That would not happen.
It would take some serious training
Oh yeah.
from birth situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Not no no. I don't think I can't say not every dog is trained the way her dog was trained, because I'm sure some dogs are trained when, with hunters that go hunting and get retrieve the things and stuff
Hmm.
like that. But I don't think they're trained in the sense it's 1700s. Our dogs haven't evolved much because we're not, crossbreeding them to get tiny chihuahuas. We're just trying to get them big and help us take shit out. So I don't know. I think evolution has played a big part since the 1700s, and I don't think the dogs are bred that way anymore to be able to.
Right.
I don't know. It's an interesting combo about, where we've come from the 1700s. So very interesting.
So, what did you think of the movie? Did you really enjoy it? Did you like it more than the Predator one? I mean, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
There's always love for the originals, let's be honest. Like without the originals, you wouldn't have these movies. But this is a different beast all in its own. You have Naru, which gives the parallel to Arnold because they're kind of in the same category, both having to tackle this big thing. It just gives it a different layer to the franchise, but I don't necessarily think it's better. It's different.
Mhm.
It's fun, it's exciting, but I wouldn't say it's better than the original. I would say it's on par.
So how would you rate them? The original's the best. What would
Yeah,
be the second best?
probably this one and then maybe 2. What do you
I
think?
I've seen Badlands, so I would say the original, and then Badlands and Prey are pretty close second, and then third I would say. Lastly, I would say Predator 2. But then there's another one called too, just called Predators.
Oh yeah, that one came out in
Yeah,
2019, I
yeah.
believe.
I think that one would probably be. I
I,
didn't mind
I
that one, but it was very different.
it's like you don't even mention it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's
So,
Predator. It's Predator 3, I believe.
yeah.
Or I don't know
And
what
then
they
there's
the fuck they
Predator
named
versus
it.
Aliens or
Oh
Aliens
my
versus
god, Alien
Predator.
versus Predators is so fucking funny. It's so good. It's just like what the fuck.
Hmm.
It's
But
just
as
like
far as being a serious um, Predator movie with humans versing the Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger first, Prey second.
yeah.
It's 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 really
He's
good.
an icon. Arnold is an
Hmm.
icon. You can't nobody will ever be able to replace him, but they can be on par but never like supersede. I
Hmm.
don't think anybody can give that kind of level of performance. But yeah, the Predator that you're talking about came out in 2018, and we didn't even mention it at all because
Hmm. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just it had a big budget and
Hmm.
the story big budget, but the story wasn't that
Hmm.
great.
Was there anything else you wanted to share, Luna? How many stars out of 10 would you give this one?
I would give it a solid 4.5.
Out of 5?
Yep. The only movies that I think have gone a 5 out
Same.
of 5 in my book is like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'd definitely give it a 4.5 or a 9 out of 10 if we were doing the 10-point scale.
Yeah. Yeah, a good healthy 9 out of 10 is like really good and a 4.5 is like good. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we enjoyed this the same, about the same. That's really interesting to see. This movie definitely brought us together because we both rated it the same. We kind of got different perspectives on the film because of
Mhm.
how we got raised. But at the end of the day, we both rated it the same. We both enjoyed it the same, and we both got the same takeaway at the end. The whole like her becoming that chieftain role, and then becoming a role model for the other little girls that want to potentially do that in the future. So we both got that same message. So it's cool. It's cool. We started in different kind of thought processes, and then we kind of met in the middle. So that's
Yay.
awesome.
So what do
Uh
we have going on next week?
Hang on.
Let's see.
Chris said the two other ones, Predators and Predator. But yeah, I don't, I don't know if those are, I don't know. Cat's like, nah, we're done. We're not discussing those.
They had their moments, I was, always happy to see them trying to relaunch the franchise, but I mean, trial and error, right? Like if you when you try to quit smoking, you try and you try again. They tried to relaunch the franchise, and I think this one and the animated one did it. So that's
Yeah.
why we're here. That's why we have Badlands, which is pretty awesome. I definitely suggest checking it out in the theater if you get a chance.
Yeah, definitely. So next week we have David who will be presenting all the stuff that he does. And after that, the week after that, and closing out January of 2026, we have Catfish Studios coming down and giving us a little demo of everything that they do at their studio. So that'll be
Nice.
very interesting and fun for.
And what David does is he does Scare Mail, which is like a service you can subscribe to, and ever so often you'll get letters in the mail with like creepy stuff, and you have to like try to figure out the mystery with the snail mail.
Ooh,
So I'm
I
excited
love.
to learn more about that.
Yeah, I love a good murder mystery, so I hope there's some of those. Well, thank you, Kat. This has been a very enlightening conversation and very, very enriching. I loved it. And I can't wait to review more awesome movies like this in the future.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Cthulhu goodbyes.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, boils and ghouls. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And I want to thank you for listening to Delight and Fright with your hosts, Luna and Cat, a podcast for outcasts.